In the last videos, we shared the most exciting and challenging moments of bringing the Estanciera from Alaska to Argentina. From the beautiful landscapes to the unexpected tows, all the way back to Argentina. Coming back home can be as challenging as leaving. How do we move forward now, after having left everything behind on the road? We often hear about post-trip crisis, and in this video, we want to share how we experienced it ourselves, and some practical suggestions in case you're interested in knowing how to get through it and experience fulfillment. So, if you want to be part of this new stage, if you want to know the future of the Estanciera, subscribe and watch this video, we'll tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video on the channel where the Estanciera is finally in Argentina. Back again after all we've been through. Driving from Alaska through Canada and the United States, getting towed, arriving in Montevideo and finally towing it to Argentina. Here's the Estanciera and our friend. Hello to you, Javi and Juana, who's inside, with whom we went to Cordoba a couple of months ago, remember? Did you ever think you'd be towed the 11th towers of the Estanciera on this adventure?
We never expected it at all.
We arrived at Javier and Juana's. Here is where the Estanciera stayed, and now it's time to take it to a little place where we're going to get it ready, organize it, and clean it for everything that's coming. So this continues. It looks like it's still going to be towed by the Estanciera. It's still not working. Ready to tow it?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Here we go, go! Go pretty far to the left. There it is inside. Perfect. The Estanciera starts moving in Argentina, being towed. That's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Well, little jumps, but I love it. I love to watch it. Here I am helping him turn because when the curves are very tight, he drags the wheel. I'll help her with these curves, then we'll be perfect. I'm helping him from here because of these curves. Trust me, it feels great to feel the Estanciera moving. What a beautiful truck, what a beautiful truck. I'm kind of anxious about all this because when we were coming in from Uruguay and bringing it here to Javier and Juana's house, the police stopped us and kept us there for quite a while. It was strange because we had already gone through customs, being towed on the highways. We had already passed what we thought was the most complicated part. And when we were entering here in San Miguel, the police stopped us. So then, they told us that there's a big camera surveillance system here. And when they see that there's a towed vehicle, they immediately send the police to check the license plate and make sure everything is in order. If everything is fine, they let you continue without any problem. But at that moment, they checked the license plate and the identification number, and it was like the confirmation about what was going on with the truck wasn't coming, whether everything was okay or not, and we were like, what's going on? I don't know. It was out of the country for quite a while. Maybe that's why nothing was coming up. I don't know. We waited for quite a while, several minutes, and in the end, they let us go without any problems, so everything was fine. It felt like a moment. What happened? Why aren't we moving on? Now we're going through it again. From what I can see, there are cameras. You can see cameras. We'll see if they stop us today or not, but well, we're managing. No, they don't know. It's a really nice feeling to be going back to the place where we started our journey, back there, over 9 years ago. We left from this area, which is Moreno, and now we're coming back with the Estanciera 9 years later. How nice, like what a great vibe. I love the people, I really do. We're going back to the place where we started this journey with the Estanciera. Guys, it's beautiful. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but for me it's a huge emotion even though the Estanciera isn't working. We completed our journey, reached Alaska, and now we're heading back to Argentina to begin a new chapter. I think it's beautiful. This moment is really super meaningful and super special, very moving. The guy stopped there. Look! The windows are really dirty. Hey, cool with the Estanciera. That's awesome. Let's go with the Estanciera. and gentlemen, you have no idea what a beautiful, such a divine feeling it was to wake up early today, go outside and see the Estanciera here in the yard of this house, where we get everything ready before heading out on a trip. This is where we installed a bed at first, which was a pretty basic bed, just welded together with some legs. That's how we put in the little bed, and we added this rack that used to be part of a set of plants that were over in the corner of this place. This is where we prepared the estanciera for the trip. And I was just reading some of the comments you left us on the last video. And I was also watching some of the videos I used to review the whole journey we did for the previous video. And honestly, it filled me with excitement. It gave me goosebumps. From the incredible journey we made with a 1960 Estanciera, leaving from Argentina and crossing the entire continent all the way to Alaska. But also, the decision we made last year to go to Alaska again and bring the Estanciera back to Argentina. Even with the problem of the cracked engine block, which got worse during the trip, and even with the issue that came up with the crankshaft, which ended up breaking, and without being able to move it from the Canada-United States border, we crossed the entire United States being towed by travelers, by followers, by friends. It was total madness, and we towed it from Montevideo to Argentina. So, I don't know. It's really crazy to have experienced this, and it's really crazy to wake up and have Stancy here in Argentina. And also, we're very close to having the meetup we're going to do this weekend on Sunday the 15th. All the information about the event is here in the video description, so you don't miss it, so you can come and see this beauty that traveled the whole continent for 8 years, all the way to Alaska. It's totally crazy. Honestly, if there's something I enjoy, it's sitting here. Today I arrived early, made coffee, and relaxed again. Being here feels so familiar, and yet, I was telling myself, of course, it's been 8 years since this little house was our home. We did absolutely everything here, and of course, that leaves a deep impression, so being here gives me a wonderful feeling. In fact, well, I always think I would love for it to start, to be able to move it a little. We'll talk a little about what's coming, but the first thing I want to touch on is the topic of the post-trip crisis. One of the biggest questions people have been asking us is, what is this post-trip crisis? Well, the post-trip crisis, it's a feeling of emptiness after having experienced something so intense. After putting so many dreams, efforts, and emotions into making that long-awaited trip happen, it can leave you wondering, now what? What's next for me? Something that happened to me is that when I got back from the trip, I realized I had changed a lot because of all the experiences we had during the trip and all the situations we went through, to the limit and having to make decisions to keep moving forward. But when I came back, I realized that the bonfire was what was waiting for me. Here in Argentina, everything was pretty much the same, and that can be a little bit shocking at first. That happened to us too. In particular, we really wanted to finish the trip from Argentina to Alaska because we felt that it was a chapter that had already ended and we needed to return to Argentina. We missed Argentina, we missed our families, but we also wanted to come and start experiencing our new lifestyle, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But we really wanted to come back, so the fact of returning was an excellent decision for us, and that's how we feel about it. But what did happen to us is that maybe the family and friends we had left here, of course, after 8 years, which was our case. Among them, they had already created many memories. Many parties, many things they did together that we weren't included in. And we also had a feeling of, well, how do we fit in here? The place we had before we left, we don't have it anymore. Obviously, we're still sons, brothers, uncles, friends, but now from a different place. And we have to make the pieces fit again. Something that, in my case, does make me feel a certain, I wouldn't say nostalgia, but it's a nice feeling to remember it. I've often woken up confused about where I am. I wasn't sure if I was in a small town, a house, or somewhere remote in the mountains. Sometimes, in the first moments, I couldn't remember where we had arrived from the day before, and that was awesome. It was like, wait, where was I? And looking for that was nice. No, I don't have that situation because I know exactly where I wake up every day, but I like to remember it. And that feeling with joy, like something nice that I really enjoyed when I was traveling. Basically, we are very happy to have fulfilled our dream, to have made it to Alaska, to have traveled for 8 years and a little more, fulfilling our dream and having returned to Argentina. We really wanted to be here and we're enjoying it a lot, but anyway, there are certain little things we've been doing so that this transition between life on the road and the new lifestyle we're starting to have isn't so drastic and we can enjoy it to the fullest. And here are 5 super practical things you can do to make this transition from a life on the road to a slightly more settled life as smooth as possible. In our case, the first step we always take whenever there's a change of plans or a transition like this is to accept the emotions we're experiencing. It's normal to feel frustrated, angry, sad, or nostalgic because of what we're experiencing, and it's healthy to express those emotions instead of keeping them inside. In the end, every change needs time and space to settle, and it's essential to give it that so we can feel okay. Once we're able to express all of that, to put it all out there, we're a little bit clearer and more prepared for the transition to be as beautiful and smooth as possible. Step number 2, keep your curiosity, even within your own town or city. Surely there are things you can do to keep exploring and keep that adventurous spirit alive. I recall that last year, on our anniversary, Sin, she took us to an Armenian cafe where they made coffee traditionally over hot sand. It was a wonderful experience. I remember spending Mother's Day with my mom and siblings. We met up at the Estanciera and went for a walk through the nature reserve that's there. It was beautiful. Now we're going to an experience where you can feel and taste coffee in a multi-sensory way. It's beautiful, but there are a lot of things you can do like this, even if you live in a small town, in a really tiny place. There are surely things you can look into doing that help keep that adventurous spirit alive, which is essential. Step 3. Find projects that excite you. They don't need to be big, like years of travel. Smaller or specific ones work too. But that also helps you keep that desire and excitement alive. Whether it's learning to dance, picking up a language, or trying anything new, challenging yourself keeps your spirit alive. So it's important to embrace new experiences. This year, I learned to ride a motorcycle. We spent a week practicing in Cordoba. I also went skydiving for the first time, flew in a paraglider for the first time. Several things like that helped me keep going. I appreciate that motivation. Even living in the same city, staying active and involved in what I enjoy was essential. So that's also step number 3. Step number 4 is to connect with the closest travel community you have. There are a lot of gatherings for travelers, for people with campers, trailers, motorhomes, meetups like the ones held at Zafarancho. Every time we release a video, we premiere it because we like people to communicate with each other. In fact, a little WhatsApp group has formed called Brave Travelers. They connected with each other, exchanged WhatsApp numbers, and they're always in touch. At every premiere, they chat every day. It's great to be able to create your own group of people to connect with and stay in touch with people who are traveling or preparing their trips. It keeps your spirit alive, and connecting with others going through the same thing helps you feel less alone. And step number 5, document your trip. Find a way to keep a record of your journey in the most organized and natural way possible. Often we write a journal, take pictures, or upload photos to social media. But organizing it in a way that allows us to review the trip chronologically is amazing. I'm organizing Google Photos to group activities by milestones. We made a milestones notebook with Zin, where we record everything we remember and did that was important on the trip. Besides the YouTube channel we have and social media, but I want to have it organized in a way that I can go to each day and look for an example and find it. We've been writing a journal every day for many years, and everything is structured in a way that we can go to the day we want, to the activity we want, and find it and see the feelings we had at that moment. So it's good to document it and organize it so you can access every moment of your trip in the simplest and most organized way possible. That way, we give the trip a special meaning and also help keep it present and appreciate the lessons that trip brought us. But you do need to know that coming back home is not necessarily the end of your traveling life. Instead, it's a moment to reconnect with everything you've learned, with the new versions of yourself that you are now, and to use all those lessons, everything you experienced on your trip, everything you went through, to build the next chapter of your great life. So, to keep in mind everything we did, it was really worth it and made us who we are so that what comes next will be even better, much better. Now I want to tell you and answer the big question everyone asks us, which is, what is going to happen with our beloved Estanciera? Now that it's here in Argentina, are you going to fix it, change the engine? Are you going to keep traveling in Stancy? We decided to bring the Estanciera back from Alaska to Argentina when Sin and I looked at each other and said, Stancy has to be in Argentina. At a travelers gathering, we drank mat with others and checked out their vehicles. We agreed the Estanciera should stay in Argentina so people can visit and see it. That's what we wanted, so we agreed to do whatever it took to bring the Estanciera and created a budget to bring it back. That budget went a little higher than we expected because of some changes that happened and some prices that went up. So it doesn't matter, what's important is that we were able to bring the Estanciera, and here it is, our goal of having the Estanciera. Here, it's mainly this satisfaction of saying we made it to Alaska with this beautiful vehicle, and we wanted to have it here in Argentina so you all can come and see it. That's why we're going to be holding, for example, this gathering on Sunday, December 15th, so everyone can come. Getting to know it, seeing its interior, and taking a picture with it, that's what satisfies us. But we know that the journey with the Estanciera, like the one we did from Argentina to Alaska, every trip has its own stage, and that stage with the Estanciera is over. At least when it comes to trips. If you ask me, I would be thrilled to be able to fix the truck and have it working again. To be able to take it to different gatherings, to different places where people can see it, to go on little trips with friends, travelers, to a campsite, places nearby. I wouldn't use it to keep traveling because we already know that we're looking to travel in something a bit bigger, and we'd like to have more comfort when we travel. But I would love it. I would be thrilled for the Estanciera to work, to be able to sit there, start it up, and drive a few miles to a gathering or things like that. But for now, we're thinking about having it towed, but even going to gatherings and towing it has its logistical complications. On one hand, even though there are a lot of people who have already offered to take us, but it also has the legal complication that in some places, even with the triangle, it's not legal to tow it. So, to avoid getting ourselves into a mess or having to look for increasingly complicated options, I just wish I could drive it myself. But we are very clear that life is about decisions, and here we have to make very, very important decisions. Because even though I would love to be able to start the Estanciera and drive it, we know we are not going to keep traveling in the Estanciera because, well, we already did that for 8 years and now we have new needs for traveling. A little bed that's always made, a comfortable table to work at, a bathroom with a shower, those are the little things we need now. Also, there's something important I wanted to tell you. Because when we started our trip to Alaska in 2015, we made a huge change in our lifestyle, from a sedentary lifestyle to living on the road 24/7. And now we're once again facing a lifestyle change in our lives, and it's the one we've designed, the one we want to live, the one that excites us the most. It's a lifestyle where we take a little trip for a month, 2 months, or 3 months. We return and stay in one place, then travel to various places before coming back and settling again. It's gonna be like a hybrid, like a mix between a settled life and a life on the move, trying to get the best of both worlds. That's what excites us most and what we want. Where we want to travel is around Argentina, our beloved country, which has so many beautiful things that we can show, share, enjoy, and get to know. So that's what we want to do, but we also know that to do that, since we won't travel in the Estanciera, we need a motorhome. Therefore, every little bit we put into the Estanciera takes away from what we could put into the motorhome that we're going to use for this trip around Argentina. So here's the dilemma. Now that Stancy is in Argentina, we're most excited to organize the meetup so you can come see her. It's focusing our energy on our new project on traveling around Argentina with a bigger motorhome. We'll mainly focus our energy on getting a motorhome, a vehicle we can travel in, move around, and feel comfortable, and then the Estanciera project will come. Even though, and this really excites us, there are a lot of people who have already written to us who want to give us a hand to fix it. We know that everything we do together is much easier, so we're also considering that because it could make Stancy work again much faster. But mainly, our energy is focused on traveling around Argentina, so that's where we're at. We're going to prioritize the motorhome, but Stancy is already here, and you will be able to come see her this Sunday, the 15th. So we're really happy about that, and about the caravan we want to do. We'll be announcing it on Instagram stories. This new lifestyle, traveling a bit then returning home repeatedly, we started implementing it in 2024 because we began the year with some short trips to Chascomús and different places, to go paragliding, to go skydiving. Afterward, we stayed for a bit, then went to Cordoba to learn motorcycle riding, meet people, and visit beautiful places. And we went back home for a little while, and then we set out again all the way to Alaska to bring the Estanciera back home. And now we're staying put for a while longer. That's what we want to do, but mainly it will be around Argentina next year. The trips will be specifically to explore places in Argentina, to meet up with you, to have gatherings, maybe even caravans. Who knows? But the main focus will be Argentina, unless a big opportunity arises. Bahamas, Chestin. Well, we'll see. I'll leave it at that. Another one of the beautiful projects that came to light in 2024. It's not about the basket's lid, but about a beautiful accompaniment. For those people who want to go on a trip, and for that, I'm going to need a very special guest who you probably know. Come in, please. Welcome back, beautiful Gorda, to Viajar Vale la Pena Videos. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing with these people who want to travel but have fears and worries?
Since 2022, I've interviewed couples and solo travelers planning to live on the road. And most of them told me that what scared them was whether they would really be able to support themselves on the road. If their financing idea provides enough income, what if the car breaks down? Well, those little things that keep them from leaving, mostly financial ones,
They're like the biggest fears, the ones you've seen that...
they're the biggest fears. There are others we can address too. So I created a 5-step program and tested it. Some couples are already on the journey, others are starting, and it gave them great results. They found the peace and clarity they sought and moved forward with greater confidence toward the journey's start. They managed to remove the small stones that were in their way.
And are you going to keep going deeper into these consultations next year?
Obviously, this is just getting started. It's like a foundation for what I can offer and help with. With every new couple I work with, I learn more things that I can incorporate, both to give them a hand and to make it as complete as possible.
Nothing major. And also, I think about the meetings we've been having when we do this Q&A section. Questions about financing their income and money doubts are among the strongest. Even we had that doubt when we were about to go on our trip and we made some mistakes. We learned from that, so yeah. I think it's great that now all that experience is condensed and we can also share it with couples or people who need it. How does someone who has that doubt, that fear, that anxiety get in touch?
First, they can visit the Instagram account, Living While Traveling is Possible. That's where all program information to help them will be. In the link on that Instagram account, there is a free guide that you can download, so you can start having tools and some information right away. And if you're interested in having me help you personally, just write to me, either through Instagram or the email that's in the guide.
You're telling me that it's not the usual travel Instagram account that people are used to following. It's a different Instagram account?
It's a different Instagram, specifically focused on helping those who want to take the steps to start living while traveling.
It's aimed at those people, exactly. We're not necessarily going to talk about tourist destinations or trips, but rather about those people who want to go traveling and have those fears. What's the Instagram called?
Living Traveling, is possible.
Alright, sounds perfect to me. There's the invitation. It's going to be a busy year, but I see Gorda. She feels super recharged with energy, both when giving advice and receiving feedback. Or the people who are taking confident steps towards going on a trip, so I think that's beautiful.
For additional travelers,
I think it's spectacular, to sum it up. In summary, the Estanciera isn't for sale since many people asked and I hadn't clarified that. We're not going to sell it, we're not going to raffle it. It's not in our plans for now. Our plan is to keep it and fix it up. Getting it running later on is not our main priority because our new dream is to travel around Argentina in a motorhome. And that's where all our energy is focused right now. But you do have the chance to come up front, see it, take a picture, touch it, and feel the beautiful energy it has. La Estanciera, Sunday, December 15, 2 p.m. Arco de Balá, Ituzaingó. We'll be there a little earlier, we'll head out in a caravan by the obelisk, and from there we'll all go to Ituzaingó. It will be a beautiful, wonderful day full of emotions and lovely things. Come over, bring a chair and some mate, so we can sit, chat, and take pictures together. Everyone will get a photo with the Estanciera and us. It's a beautiful, wonderful place. Also, to meet other travelers, remember when we discussed creating your own travel group? That's where groups form and people always bring great energy to our gatherings. We'll be waiting for you. We'll have a great time. It'll be an amazing gathering. Stancy is in Argentina. What more could we want from 2024 to end it spectacularly? We're happy, excited. It's gonna be a year full of travels around Argentina with tools for future travelers. Something beautiful is coming and we couldn't be happier. We thank you for being there, for joining us, and also to the wonderful community that keeps growing on Patreon, where we have additional and exclusive content for everyone who's there. We discuss and announce all new projects and decisions in advance within our private Patreon community. Plus, you have an extra option for your name to appear, like what's showing down here in each of our videos. As a thank you for being part of the community, we can also send a postcard to your home each month. So in that way, you also help us a lot so that the projects we're planning for next year can materialize and become a reality. Thank you for being part of this wonderful community. Even the dogs know the video is ending and start barking. I send you all a big hug and I'll see you in the next Viajar Vel La Pena video. Don't forget to subscribe. Wonderful things are coming. Thank you for being here. I send you all a big hug and I'll see you in the next video.
It's worth traveling.
Travels, it's worth traveling, travel.
It's worth it, it's worth traveling.